NBA trade rumors. 3 teams in hunt to land LaMelo Ball's $75 million teammate as Hornets demand revealed. NBA trade season is officially heating up, and the Charlotte Hornets may be sitting on one of the most intriguing assets on the market. While most of the spotlight remains on LaMelo Ball, league insiders are now buzzing about one of his $75 million teammates quietly drawing serious interest from around the NBA. Multiple teams are circling, phones are ringing, and Charlotte's asking price has finally started to leak out. According to growing league chatter, the Hornets are listening to offers, but only if the return matches their long-term vision. And with 3 teams emerging as legitimate suitors, this situation could escalate fast. So who's in the hunt? What do the Hornets really want? And how close are we to a deal actually happening? Let's break it all down. Why the Hornets are open to trade talks. Charlotte's rebuild has been anything but smooth. Injuries, inconsistency, and stalled development have kept the franchise hovering near the bottom of the Eastern Conference. While LaMelo Ball remains the face of the team and a cornerstone piece, the front office is clearly re-evaluating everything around him. That includes Ball's $75 million teammate, an established contributor whose timeline may not fully align with Charlotte's long-term plan. The Hornets aren't actively shopping him, but league sources suggest they're willing to engage if the right opportunity presents itself. This is a classic value reset moment. Charlotte wants flexibility, assets, and players who grow alongside LaMelo, not pieces who peak before the team is ready to contend. 3 teams emerging as serious suitors. As trade discussions quietly develop, 3 teams have reportedly separated themselves from the pack. Each one has a different motivation, a different roster need, and a different package to offer. The first team is a win-now contender looking to shore up a specific weakness. This team sees the Hornets player as a missing puzzle piece, someone who can immediately step into a playoff rotation and make an impact without disrupting chemistry. Draft picks and young depth players are on the table, but Charlotte may want more upside than that. The second team is a playoff fringe squad desperate to take the next step. For them, this move isn't about luxury, it's about survival. Adding a proven contributor could be the difference between sneaking into the postseason or blowing things up entirely. This team may be willing to overpay, especially if ownership feels pressure to win now. The third team is the most intriguing, a quiet sleeper with cap flexibility and assets to burn. They've been patient, stockpiling picks and young players, and now see this as the perfect buy low opportunity. If Charlotte prioritizes future flexibility, this team could leapfrog the competition. Charlotte's asking price revealed. So what do the Hornets actually want? Sources around the league suggest Charlotte is seeking a first-round pick, a young rotation-ready player, and possibly salary relief or future flexibility. They are not interested in bad contracts or short-term rentals. This isn't a panic move, it's a strategic pivot. The Hornets believe their asset still holds strong market value, especially given his contract structure and role versatility. They also know timing is on their side. With multiple teams interested, Charlotte can afford to wait and let bidders compete. If no offer meets their expectations, they're comfortable keeping him and reassessing later. How this impacts LaMelo Ball's future. Any move involving one of LaMelo Ball's key teammates naturally raises questions about Ball himself. Is Charlotte still fully committed to building around him? Or is this the first domino in a much larger reset? For now, league insiders insist LaMelo remains untouchable. However, every trade sends a message. If the Hornets prioritize draft capital and youth, it signals patience over immediate competitiveness. That could frustrate Ball, or it could set the stage for a smarter rebuild that finally puts him in a position to win. Either way, this decision matters far beyond just one trade. Why the market is heating up now. Timing is everything in the NBA, and this moment makes sense. Teams are getting clearer pictures of who they really are. Injuries are forcing front offices to adapt. Playoff races are tightening. Executives don't want to wait until the deadline chaos hits. They want early movers, clean negotiations, and roster stability before crunch time. Charlotte knows this, and so do the teams calling them. What happens next? Expect talks to intensify over the coming weeks. If one of the 3 suitors blinks and UPS the offer, Charlotte could pull the trigger quickly. If not, this could drag closer to the deadline as desperation rises. One thing is clear, this situation isn't cooling down. The Hornets have leverage. The player has value. And the league is watching. Final thoughts. NBA trade rumors don't always turn into deals, but when multiple teams, a revealed asking price, and a rebuilding franchise align like this, something usually gives. Whether Charlotte cashes in now or waits for a bigger payoff, This is a storyline worth tracking closely. Because once the first move happens, the dominoes across the league could fall fast.